Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. We got a heck of a rundown for you this week as usual. A couple of quick notes though. You notice the Mirage 5 is on pre-order for Falklands War Month this week. When you pre-order that throughout this weekend, if you're a domestic customer, you'll get free shipping on your entire order when the Mirage is ready to ship. So a nice little incentive that will run through Sunday evening. When you pre-order that, you get free shipping, free domestic shipping on your entire order. Other than that, lots to come, so let's jump in, take a look at what's new on brickmania.com. All right, we're taking a look at our Spotlight pre-order for this week. This is the Mirage 5 Dagger designed by NK Customs, Nicholas Kramer. Brennan, our project manager, taking a little closer look at this build. We were already talking before this started that this thing is absolutely loaded with printing. There's some cool specific things that make this what it is. Tell me a little bit more about this build.
Okay, so as you said before, it's a Mirage 5, but it's not quite. So the Mirage 5, originally built by Dassault in France, and they eventually started selling them to the Israelis. Israelis eventually got an embargo placed upon them because of the Six-Day War. And so they couldn't get any more of these in, but they did have license to build. And so they started building them under the name, the IAI Nesher. That was the name of their version of the Mirage. With some modifications to, say, fuel capacity, extra bomb racks and stuff like that, got upgraded to the IAI Dagger, as far as I understand. And from there, they would then, instead of getting exported or imported from France, they would then export their own Mirage examples to Argentina. And that's what these are. These are the Dagger configuration of the Mirage 5, or rather the IAI Nesher, which is a Mirage 5.
Which is what would have appeared in the Falklands War, which is on par for this month's theme, or next month's theme, I suppose.
Just to be perfectly confusing. Like you said, we have a lot of printing that's going to be going on here, and before any of you ask, yes, the yellow is supposed to be here. I know I tend to put in some of the builds I have, it's like, oh, there's a ton of blue on here, is that supposed to be there? No, but the yellow, yeah, that's meant to be there. I'm pretty sure it's a basic, please don't shoot me, I'm on your side kind of thing. You see a lot of this back in World War II, for example. The Brits in the Battle of Britain, the underside of their plane, one half would be white and the other half would be a pure black. But they'd still have the roundels on there, and it's just a, please don't shoot me, I'm on your side.
Know who I am.
Exactly. So as for printing, like I said, there's a lot. You're going to get, oh, and you get this lovely little ladder. I forgot about
brick build ladder
fun
included.
little thing. We'll set that aside just because I will knock it over if I don't. You're going to get some cockpit printing on both sides on these tiles here, as well as you already see this lovely little sticker slams put together for the canopy here. It's really nice looking. Full camo too, so it matches the sides and tops of the aircraft.
Yeah, that integrates really impressively.
Inside you're going to get a little gun sight, as well as a bit of printing on your dashboard here, and then a seat back. I don't know how well you can see that, but the seat in there will have some straps and stuff like that. On the rest of the sides, we have, you'll get the Argentinian roundel here, and a designation number here. There's some printing on this curved slope here. It's a white triangle. I actually don't know the purpose of it, but it looks nice. You'll get a coat of arms across these two bricks. And in your little Argentinian flag here, we have a little sun that, if you look very, very closely, is a Lego head with the sun inspired. It's very funny.
Very on brand for Slam.
Very on brand for Slam. Also on the inside of the front, you'll see in there you've got some intakes. And in those intakes, you'll actually be able to put a sticker in there that actually mimics like the intake fan there.
Oh, cool.
But you'll want to put that in before you've built this on, because you cannot get your finger in there.
Yeah,
it will be such a pain.
Not afterwards.
I'll be sure to include in the instructions that when you build this section on either of these intakes, you can literally just pop it on there and then slap it on. It should be good to go.
Look at that, the guarantee.
Nice and clean. On the top, you're going to get some nice printing on the wings. So I believe on this one, we have the Argentinian roundel going right here. And on the other side, you get the same identification number we had before, about around here. I might have those flipped around, but it's, you know, that's the
Check
idea.
the renders to confirm.
You'll find out. I didn't. On the underside, we'll have some lovely little gun ports for the guns he's built in here.
Nice.
So it's that little kind of charred look to it, like it's had a few rounds put through it. You'll get some bombs on the underside here, and those will be printed on one side with some like if you've seen any like general purpose like Mark 82 or bombs or something, you'll see that bright yellow text that goes along the side designating what everything is, the size, the weight, all that stuff. That'll be printed on both of these, on one side, not on both. Your drop tanks, of which you have 3, you'll get a little fuel cap on the top of.
Yep.
I believe it's here. It's towards the front on these 2, and similar on the middle one. In there somewhere. Hard to see. As for other printing, I think that's there is one more tiny little detail printing wise. Your landing wheel door here, that'll have the same designation that the rest of the aircraft has. You'll have a little one right there. A little overkill.
You were not kidding.
It's a little overkill, but it's a big kit. There's a lot of, it's like 1,200 pieces. And you can really feel that. You can't see it so much, but you can. I assure you, you can feel that when you put this thing together. And so having the printing on there will probably make it even more worth what it's already worth.
Yeah, right. Well, and I love that it's just a really sturdy, almost like Dan's Thunder Chief, like it's a brick-built lawn dart.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, this thing is totally just. You could totally pitch it like a lawn dart. I don't know if you would be able to pitch it a second time. But you could try. I won't. I have to build this thing again.
Yeah. Well.
Anything else? Oh, you may have noticed we also have one other sticker on here aside from the canopy and the intakes. You also have this lovely little, I believe that's some kind of caution sticker. Fuerza Aérea Argentina. Somebody will murder me in the comments for that. In case it wasn't clear, I don't speak any kind of Latin language.
It's all right. You're here to
Not even English.
You're here to talk about the build.
Exactly. Yeah. And as for other little details, so like you've seen before, we've got some lovely landing gear that are fully folding. Even this one here, and you get a little door that it's a little tricky to maneuver, but you can get it closed. And of course, you have your 3 drop tanks, your bombs, rockets. On the top here, you can also see you have some flaps on either side and some ailerons. Because the thing is a delta wing. As you can see, there's no
no tail fin.
No tail fins. So basically everything is built into here, your ailerons and your flaps and your elevators, all built into there. And you've got some lovely little dive flaps as well.
Nice. A lot of brick-built stuff.
Yeah.
I love it, from the guns to the flaps.
It's all really
done,
nice,
Nick.
yeah. Then no reliance on printing, which I can't always say is my MO. But that's because I work here, so I have
It's all good.
I have
Everybody's
the
got
resources.
their bag.
So I can appreciate a guy who can make it work without printing.
There you have it, the Mirage 5 Dagger done by NK Customs, available now on pre-order. Remember, like I said at the beginning of the episode, if you pre-order this anytime throughout this weekend and you are a domestic-based U.S. customer, you will get free shipping on your entire order once this pre-order is ready to ship. So a nice little deal to sweeten what is already an awesome build. Brennan, thanks for checking in. Okay, moving on, we're taking a look at another Spotlight pre-order that actually came out on Wednesday to support Project Ukraine. This is the T-64BV Ukrainian main battle tank designed by Nate. So, of course, we've got him in studio to talk a little bit more about this build. Love the camo, my man. I like a lot of the updates that you brought to this. Tell me more about how it came together. Obviously, it came together very quickly.
Yeah, so far, this is my quickest design.
Yes.
I did this in about a week, and that's fast for me because Dan made a post like, hey, what's the next Ukraine kit we should do? He picked either another Su-27, a T-84, and a tractor. Umar, Tiger 131 in a comment said, well, actually, a T-64 would be more accurate. I'm like, hey, I like that. And I was kind of working on it on that Friday. I told Dan I was working on it. It's like, we don't really have the time to put in the schedule. I'm like, okay. So I took it apart. Then 4 hours later, right when I'm about to head out for the day, he's like, hey, you want to do the 64? I'm just like, sure. And then I stayed 4 hours extra that day to work on it.
Well, it looks great.
Yeah, so I feel like I did a little too much with the camo, but with the Ukrainian camos, it's kind of a weird, sort of not digital. It's very blocky, splotchy, the best way I can describe it, and I personally think it looks terrible. So I kind of overdid it with the camo just to get give this one build more character. And yes, there are a lot of. This is a proto, obviously, because I don't have all the ingots. Because all the 1x2 tiles you see, those are supposed to be ingots.
Okay.
Because it's just supposed to be. Because it's supposed to represent the ERA reactive armor.
Yeah, right. Kind of adds that
Explosive
texture
reactive
to it.
armor. Yeah. But for the tank itself, it's literally just a Cold War era T-64 modernized. Because when the Soviet Union fell, I think one of the tank factories there produced T-64s, and the Ukrainians kept that and kept using the T-64s as their MBT. So they modernize it. They have a new version. 2 new versions, but a more recent version of this is the T-64BV 2017, where it visually looks like this, but it doesn't have the flashlight, so it's like that all the way around.
Sure, okay.
But there's also like the T-64 BM, the Bulat, which has like more rounded armor, and I'll be frank, I didn't want to make that. Because
you're the designer, you get to pick that.
Right, and this is actually the most common MBT that the Ukrainians have, so this would be more fitting.
Yeah, okay. More applicable, especially for mock purposes.
This turret was interesting to design, and I'm honestly surprised how fast I was able to do it.
It kept that low profile. It looks good.
Yeah, it's got a very low profile. It's kind of a squat looking tank as well. It's a Soviet tank, so. Realistically, it would just be the original T-64 turret, but they just kind of put the ERA around it. But I can't really do that brick build, so I just had to make a sort of new turret. It doesn't rotate exactly like how the old one was, but there was no way I could have kept the original rotation if I were to do this angling.
Sure.
But yeah, it's got 2 hatches that open and close.
Nice.
The sort of not Hotchkiss machine gun there. It's supposed to represent whatever gun they have now.
Okay.
Which kind of looks like an ugly. They have a new gun that kind of looks like an ugly M2 HB. But yeah, there will be there's printing, but very minimal printing.
So that's kind of the closest approximation brick arms wise, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, sorry. As I was saying, there's going to be some printing, but a very low amount because there wasn't really much to do, and also I didn't want to hamper down UV. Like there's going to be like a chassis hatch right here, little boxes here and here, log ends here.
Oh, sure.
And there, and here's something.
Obviously a tanker.
Well, the tanker. New Ukrainian tanker. He looks great. It's just the Ukrainian rifleman
minus
torso,
the harness.
Yep. Gray head, and
the new 3D printed tanker helmet.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we kind of stuck with sort of the I guess the Soviet one because the Ukrainians have their own, but it's very different looking. It's like it looks like they put like some kind of not plastic, but sort of like it has like one big bump and then 2 kind of minor bumps, and we didn't have enough time to do that. And I just didn't want to bug as many other departments as possible because I think the original plan was like to have the 225 come out this week, but I realized that's a big hit. That's going to need more time. Like, hey, do you want me to do this first so you have more time to work on it? And
yeah,
like,
sure.
Yes. So this got moved up. And
part of the craziness of the schedule.
Yeah, that's the schedule for you. But yeah, overall, it's a very solid build. It rolls about as well as our MBT lineup, so make of that as you will. But yeah, overall, it's a very solid kit going to a very good cause.
And now available on pre-order on brickmedia.com. Make sure to peep those dates for the actual projected shipping times because these are a little further out than the majority of our pre-orders. T64BV available now. Nate, thanks for checking in. All right, we're moving on to our new release now. We have the Yak-1, specifically the White Rose of Stalingrad, who is a famous Russian pilot. Mary Wilson, tell us a little bit more about this build.
Yeah, okay, so just going over the build first. It's beautiful in black and dark green. Love that camo combo. He's got the functioning propeller and functioning landing gear on the front. Both of those go in. Then moving on to printing, we've got some beautiful cross printing, red stars
all
on the
over
back.
the sides.
Yeah, so Slam did a great job with that. This tail I think looks really, really sharp. I think the red really pops. And then this is specifically the yellow 44 plane that she flew.
Yeah.
And it's one of the more iconic ones. Unfortunately, technically it wasn't hers. She borrowed it, but she did get like 5 kills or like on just this one. So she could have been considered an ace just by flying this plane.
That's so impressive.
And she flew this one kind of like in the middle of her short career. And yeah, so technically was like a loner. So she didn't paint her white rose, which was actually a white lily. Fun fact.
Interesting, yeah.
Because her nickname was Lila, I think. So it was like supposed to be a white lily, like her name, but everyone thought it was a white rose, which is totally fine. She's kind of better known as like White Rose at this point. But that's just kind of a fun fact that I found out while reading about it. And then, yeah, we've got this awesome fig that I believe Drew made.
Okay.
She's looking good. She fits in the cockpit. You have to take off like the canopy a little bit, but that pops right back on.
Always a tight fit in these little fighters,
Yeah, I
anyways, because
know, right?
minifigures are strangely shaped people.
They really are. And in there, you probably can't see it, but there is like the
Gun sight,
antenna
yeah.
and then the gun sight. So, you know, she can like actually control the plane and shoot and whatnot. And then lastly, we've got the little gun port on the top there. Yeah, this is really gorgeous build. I think Andreas did a really good job with it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sturdy, solid, and ready to ship out. The Yak 1, the White Lily of Stalingrad. Now ready to ship out and available now on brickmania.com. Mary, thanks for checking in. All right, moving on to our standalone minifig, a long-awaited release, pretty much since the last batch of the first one sold out. This is the Smart Gunner V2. We kind of rarely approach the sci-fi realm, but we have decided to here, and Landon is going to tell us a little bit more about this awesome updated figure, including the new brick arms and everything else that goes into, well, a pretty epic release.
Yeah, this is quite the V2, I will say. It's more than just generational on how far we've come with our production processes here. I don't know, Dylan, you want to delve into some history behind this model? So yeah, obviously sci-fi inspired. I guess the first thing that jumps out to me would just be this awesome brick arms, like smart gun in the front.
Yeah.
In real life, I think the prop department took like an MG34 or something like that and like just added all these greebles on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool breaking down the props department builds for this kind of stuff. But so this is Will. He put together an awesome smart gun brick arms for us. It's been around for a while. I think he's had a few different versions.
Sure.
I don't know the specifics between the different versions. I think there's just some subtle upgrades that he's kind of done over the years.
Obviously, this is the most updated version, and
Yep.
it got the perfect caliber treatment.
Yeah, and he's actually like hand gluing those little like scaffolding pieces on the front. So this is quite a laborious process to get this done. So this is a premium brick arms product here for sure. And Slam took this to the next level with that perfect caliber treatment. You know, initially I was like, hey Slam, can I get some artwork? Just like put adios on the gun, right? Like that's kind of, it's just iconic of this piece. But then he took it a nice step further, and you can even see there's just some like additional
Rivet details, yeah.
I don't know if you can get in and see that red button there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I was like, oh, nice catch there, man. There's just this red button. I don't know if that's like fire or I don't know what that.
Push button, shoot alien.
Is that the missile launch button? I don't know, whatever it is. No, this is not a missile launcher. I don't think. No, is it?
No.
It's like it's a
smart gun.
It's a smart gun. It targets things smartly.
Exactly.
But here's a cool thing that I've been noticing is seeing like just how far 3D printing has come. So this is a great showcase of that because the hair and this torso armor is actually all 3D printed and designed in-house. And I think like just, you know, when you zoom in super close on the camera lens, like you're gonna see a little bit of the 3D printing artifacts, but in hand and on display, you're really not gonna notice that. So I think this is a wonderful display piece, even though it's two separate kind of technologies. Injection molding and 3D printing, I think they're complementing each other and almost indistinguishable at this point. And I would never have thought that would be possible a couple of years back. So.
Especially on like a small head accessory that needs
Right.
to regularly snap over that stud.
Yes.
I mean, that's impressive to do with a high fade.
So here's, you know, that's kind of goofy looking.
That's a
whenever
little
you take
less
the hair.
flattering when you take the hair off.
But it is a cool piece. We've used this, I think that debuted on the Fury pack. This
I
hair.
think it came
Or
with
was
the
it before
first
yeah.
Randoverse
The
kit. It
Randoverse
was the
kit,
bartender, but it was a nice upgrade for the Fury pack
for the
for
Fury
sure.
pack. Good
Absolutely.
Call. And I thought that worked well here. And that seamlessly integrates with our 3D or 360 printing head right there. Again, kind of one of the like a unprecedented. Like we've never been able. We didn't do this last time, but now we have this bandana wrapping all the way around, and that's truly like a one of a kind piece. You're not going to find that anywhere else. I'm starting to see other companies doing a little bit of 360 heads here and there, but this is kind of I'd like to think we're trailblazing in a lot of respects.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
So, but it is cool to see just the rest of the market like embracing this, and I'm excited to see what other stuff.
The community wins when
community,
artists put their
absolutely.
minds together, for sure.
Let's take this armor off.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's dive into the figure artwork as well.
So I like this. This camo is unique to this franchise. I believe it's a slight recoloration of ERDL, which is like a Vietnam era camo, kind of the precursor to Woodland. And so this is just an imaginary camo from that universe,
Right.
That we've just Legofied here onto this minifigure. Let's see what else. Look at the head back on. This is a cool looking minifigure. Yeah, and this would just be more without the armor, obviously, but we, not holding back on any of the details. We got wraparound arm printing for those armbands. That's a real pain in the butt to do for printers.
Got
'cause
to
you
take the arms off.
Yeah, well, you gotta not only that, but to print underneath of it, yeah, you gotta take the arms off. But to print on the side and the front and the back of the arms, that's a 3-print job actually. And that's with pad printing, you could kind of maybe get the wraparound effect like that, but we're using UV, which doesn't quite have that wraparound
Right. There's no pad.
capability in one shot. So you actually have to get this correct across 3 prints, which is it's kind of mind-boggling how they can get that and then do that in quantity. So pistol holster in the front. I like the ivory grips or pearl. I don't know. Grips on that pistol in the front. There's a nice kind of cool police-looking belt. And overall, just like it's a really high contrast figure. Lots of like black elements, black artwork, really making it pop against that tan camouflage. Yeah, and we got the boots. The boots are cool. From what I could tell, they're either wearing like Vietnam combat boots, or this actually looked in some of the behind the scenes shots that I found. It appears as though they are blacked out like World War II era buckle boots.
Oh, sure.
So normally you'd see those in brown, but you just put different leather coloring over it, and you can get some black combat boots out of that with a nice little front clasp or front cover with the buckle boots.
Yeah.
So just iconic. What else do you want me to go over? I think we covered it all.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems pretty full. I mean, that's
get this
pretty
armor
much
back
everything
on.
that I would have in question. I'm sure by the time you finish this video, I hope you didn't wait to buy your figure because you wanted to have Landon talk about it, because I bet they're gone already. So we'll see what happens restock-wise with that. But very cool to see the Smart Gunner back and with all of these incredible upgrades. Thank you for the breakdown. It was good to go through and kind of just see some of the Brickmania history that's looped in with a minifigure like this. And hopefully this will be the Smart Gunner for quite a while to come.
Absolutely.
Go get yours now on brickmania.com. Thanks, Lando.
Thank you.
All right, that'll just about do it for a Friday sit rep. Couple of quick notes from me, though. Our donations for Project Ukraine have cleared $40,000 as of Thursday, which is awesome. Great to hear that all of that money has been already sent off and is doing good where it needs to be done. In addition to that, you'll notice we have grand opening event pages set up for both of our locations in California. Once again, that is the 9th in San Diego and the 16th in Vallejo. All the information you need for the exclusive minifigures, everything that's going to be available at those is now on the website and blog and on social media as well. So make sure you tune into that and plan your trip, because we are very much so looking forward to seeing all of you there. All right, that'll do it for a Friday sit rep. Thank you very much for watching.